Hello students, I'm Dr. Heidi Wojcik and welcome to ED261 Foundations of Reading. This course is designed for students who are interested in becoming elementary and early childhood educators. The primary focus is to learn about literacy development and how we engage in that process in educating our students moving forward. So we will be thinking about the current knowledge in education today around developing literacy skills for students. We'll be thinking about different perspectives around literacy development in reading, writing, phonics, phonemic awareness, and we'll be thinking about different procedures for students as well. This course will also be the foundation for you to really think deeply and be able to begin to prepare for the Foundations of Reading MTEL, which is a mandated assessment by the Department of Education in order for you to be a licensed educator. So it's really important that you think about the learning structure that you'll be developing as a student to be able to take copious notes and organize this information based on our weekly content, and for you to be able to think about studying and reviewing this information so that you will be able to engage successfully with that assessment. The areas that we'll be thinking about are phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. All of these areas are truly the foundation for students in helping them to become literate adults. In our first week together, we will be really getting to know one another and building a learning culture so that we all feel comfortable interacting with one another and you feel successful to engage in each weekly course. Most of our learning will be done synchronously, so we will be meeting twice a week together, and there will also be some asynchronous activities for you to engage in on Blackboard. So you'll notice that each week on Blackboard there'll be weekly readings, and the expectation is that you'll be taking notes while you're reading and creating a reading response journal. So typically students will divide that into sections, so they'll take notes while they're reading, they'll interact with the text, they might even develop some questions like, well, that seems like an interesting part of information. Do I want to write a question about that? So you're really engaging with the text. And then the other part of their reading response journal will be actually some of the class notes that they take. And so during our class lecture, you'll be expected to add on to that reading response journal so that you're really deepening your understanding using what you've developed as a reader on your own, and then your content knowledge will go deeper from the class lecture, and then you'll be able to post those notes to the discussion board each week by Sunday. And so that is a weekly expectation throughout the course so that you can have this really this solid foundation of information in order to be successful in the future and be able to add on to this foundation of information as you engage in other literacy courses throughout your time at Worcester State University. So most of your assignments, almost all of your assignments, will be added to the discussion board. So you'll see places weekly, and I may, if we're engaging in something in class, I may alter that thread so what you see there may change, and some of the pacing of our class may change according to the syllabus. You'll really want to be sure that you are checking in with our pacing guide each week, which really tells you what you're expected to read each week and what other expectations are there for you. So we'll use that as a guide, but that doesn't mean that sometimes things might not alter and change. In the first couple weeks in our textbook, you'll be really thinking about the knowledge around literacy development and really the belief system. So what do you hold in your mind, probably your process of learning to read? What have you experienced? and what are some of the beliefs that you have around learning to read, and then we'll use content knowledge to really build into that. And what are some of the various approaches to reading instruction? So there are many, many theories out there on what is the best way to teach students to read. And from my perspective, we need to have a really solid knowledge of many of them, because I feel like sometimes the friends that sit in front of us that we're teaching, sometimes they all require something a little bit different as far as approaches, and we need to be able to have a skill set in order to meet with them. So you will be engaging with this. This is your primary text for this course, Reading and Learning to Read. And so you'll want to be sure that you are prepared with this text and that the course readings are done when you come to class, and so that you're really deepening your knowledge while you are there. I'm really looking forward to learning with you this semester and supporting you in becoming an exceptional educator in the future.